right, happy Monday to you, 7th graders. Today we're going to work on subtraction problems and rewriting subtraction into addition to make sure that you're doing well with that. And we're also going to look at having multiple subtraction problems put together. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'd like you to do is open up your green packet. We're going to be working in there first. And I'd like for you to turn to page 15. And at the very bottom of page 15, there are there's an open space. And I'd like for you to do these bell ringer problems down there. You can copy the problem, and I want you to rewrite it as a subtraction problem, and then solve it. So go ahead and hit pause when you are done with these, or hit pause until you are finished with them, and then we will be going through it. You will be hitting pause quite often throughout this video, so make sure you're familiar with how to do that. And after that, we go over these bell ringer problems. You're going to be working with the whiteboard marker and eraser. So have those supplies handy. If you just want to use scratch paper, that would be fine also, but you're welcome to go get a whiteboard marker and eraser that we will use here in just a little bit. So hit pause, do the problems, and then come back. Okay, so on last week we talked about changing subtraction to adding the opposite. So the first problem that I see here is I have -4 minus 7. So I change subtraction to adding, and I change the number after it to its opposite. And so that becomes 4 plus a -7. So you should have gotten -3 for that answer. The next problem, -8 minus 6 becomes -8 plus a -6. We keep the first number, the -8, the same, change subtraction to add, and change the sign of the number that comes after. So if I have -8 plus -6, that gives me a -14. The next problem, 9 minus a -2, becomes 9 plus a +2. Change subtraction to keep the number the same. Subtraction changes to adding the opposite. So it's 9 plus 2, which is 11. So again, the first number stays the same. Change subtraction to adding, and change the number that comes after that to its opposite. Number 4, keep the -3. Subtraction becomes adding. This becomes the opposite. So I have -3 plus 1. That is -2. Number 5 and number 6, we didn't do any like that in class, and so I want to see what you can do with it. It's just multiple times you're going to be adding the opposite. So here I change subtraction to adding, and this becomes the opposite. Here this becomes subtracting, and this becomes the opposite. So I have 3 plus -2 plus a +5. You can group the positive numbers together. That will give you 8, and then 8 plus -2 will give you a +6. In the last problem, keep the -3. This becomes plus a +4 plus a +6. So if I rewrite it, I have -3 plus 4 plus 6. That gives me a -3 plus 10, and the final answer then is 7. So I hope you did okay in the bell ringer. I know number 5 and number 6 were new, but that is how you change subtraction to adding the opposite. Now, one thing that we didn't get to go over much was most groups, I think all but one group, we didn't get to do on page 15 there where you are. We didn't get to do the bottom word problem that talks about a game show contestant. It says a game show contestant has -400 points. He answers a question incorrectly and loses 600 points. What is his total score now? I'd like you to write that as an integer subtraction problem. So hit pause, write it on your paper, and then hit play when you're ready. Oops, let me go back. Okay, so you should have made this -400 plus, I'm sorry, not plus. We're making it a subtraction problem. Come on, eraser. It should be -400. Oh, did it again. Minus 600. We started at -400 and we're taking 600 away. So that becomes a -400 plus a -600 if we do our little trick of adding the opposite. And a negative plus a negative is still a negative, so this game show contestant now has a -1,000 points. And you see that sometimes when you watch Jeopardy. Okay. Let's go ahead, and I need you to have your whiteboard ready, or a piece of scratch paper if you prefer, and let's work some problems. So for each problem, I want you to look at it, copy it down, do the problem, rewrite it as an addition problem, and then solve it. Then hit play, and we'll go over the answer and see if you got it right. So the first problem, negative 13 minus 12. Try it now. All right, let's see if you did this correctly. Change subtraction to adding the opposite. So our new problem becomes negative 13 plus a negative 12, and the answer then is negative 25. Let's move on to the next problem. Hit pause. When you're ready, come back. Okay, this problem is negative 14 plus a positive 14. So when you rewrite it, it should look like this, and the final answer then is 0. Hit pause. After this, do this problem, hit pause, and when you're ready, come back. Okay, this problem becomes 11 plus a positive 6, and we're just going to write it like this, 11 plus 6, and the final answer is 17. Here's the next problem. Now we got multiple digits, so copy this on your whiteboard, give it a try. Remember, every time you see subtracting, you're adding the opposite. Hit pause, please. All right, let's see how you did with multiple digits. So every time we see subtraction, we change it to adding the opposite, adding the opposite, adding the opposite. So if I rewrite it, I have 8 plus negative 2 plus negative 6 plus negative 10. And this would be a good place to use the strategy we've talked about where you combine, no, excuse me, I'm not sure what just happened there. Undo, I'll go back. My apologies, I'm not sure what's going on. I have to hit pause. All right, I'm back. So let's combine all of the negative numbers. So I'm going to keep my 8, and then a negative 2, a negative 6, and a negative 10. That would be a negative 18. 8 plus negative 18. Signs are different, so I subtract. 8 minus 8 is 10, and the sign on the largest number is negative, so my final answer is negative 10. Hopefully you got that. Let's try another one that's like that. So look at this problem, copy it on your whiteboard, change subtraction to adding the opposite, hit pause, and when you're ready, hit play. All right, subtraction is adding the opposite, so you should have made this 3 plus a positive 7 plus a positive 2. So it just becomes 3 plus 7 plus 2. And so 3 plus 7 is 10, 10 plus 2 is 12. There's your answer. Hopefully you're doing okay with that. Next problem, 9 minus 17. Copy it down, change it to an addition problem, and hit play when you're ready. All right, we're back. Subtraction is adding the opposite. You should have rewritten it as 9 plus a negative 17. Positive and a negative, so we subtract and use the sign on the largest number, so the answer should be negative 8. Just a couple more. Here's the next problem. Copy it down and hit pause. All right, you should have made this a negative 18 plus a positive 12. We only need to copy the 1 plus sign. Hopefully you're getting the hang of the fact that 2 minus signs equal a plus. And so now we're going to subtract, use the sign on the largest number, and the answer is a negative 6. And we have this problem, negative 20 minus 7. Please hit pause and do the problem. All right, so this problem becomes negative 20 plus a negative 7. We have 2 negatives we're adding, so we add them. 20 and 7 is 27, and we keep the sign. Okay, now let's just apply this a little bit. This problem says at 5 o'clock today the temperature was 93 degrees Fahrenheit. At 7 o'clock the temperature was 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So that actually happened last week when the front went through and the temperature dropped. How much did the temperature drop? So I know this is an easier problem, but I want you to get the feel for what we're doing when we have positive numbers so you'll know what to do when you have negatives. So if you're trying to figure out, if you think about a number line, how far you're going from 93 down to 72, what is this distance that it traveled? You're just going to have to subtract to figure that out. You just take the highest temperature minus the lowest temperature. High minus low. And then if we do 93 minus 72, you get that the temperature dropped 21 degrees. Now let's go ahead and apply that to a problem that might be a little bit different when we have negative numbers. So read this problem. It says yesterday the high temperature was 10 degrees Fahrenheit and the low temperature was negative 3 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the difference between the high and low temperatures? Try this right now on your own. Hit pause and then hit play when you are ready. Okay, what you should have set up, again, remember my little trick of you just take the highest temperature minus the lowest to figure out the difference between them. So the highest temperature was 10, and then the lowest was a negative 3. So I take 10 minus a negative 3, which becomes, if we use our subtraction techniques, 10 plus a positive 3, which ends up being 13 degrees. And just think about it. If you had a number line, and you're up here at 10, and then here's 0, and then you're down here at negative 3. There's a distance of 3 degrees from negative 3 to 0, and a difference of 10 degrees between 0 and 10, so that adds up to a total of 13 degrees difference. Okay, your homework tonight is going to be problems just like the ones I just worked with you. I want you to do the green packet, page 16, all for homework. You can get started on it right now if you still have time, if the sub hasn't transitioned you into collaborative. I would like to stress that I want to see that you've rewritten each problem as an addition problem first. So if you look at number 3 on page 16 in your green packet, it says negative 6 minus 4. I'd like you to show me that you rewrite that as negative 6 plus a negative 4, and then tell me the answer. So this is very important. I want to see that part for every one of your problems. All right, follow the hybrid agenda today. Keep working on your homework if you have time left and you haven't transitioned into collaborative. Notice that collaborative, your partners are going to be like 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and so on. Just read the agenda. You're only going to work one level at a time in the escape room. Do not work any more than one at a time, and please go in order. And you will need an answer key to keep with you at all times to record your answers on. Also, one more thing is you only need one paper per group for every single sheet that you pick up. All right, good luck with your homework tonight, and we'll go over it tomorrow.